Hey guys, today I'm going to be reviewing the Bass Pro Advanced Anglers 2 backpack. Previously, I think this had a different name, but I know this is back when it was Cabela's. But this is a pretty good backpack. I've used it for a little while now. I have a lot to think about, a lot of pros and cons to it, and I'll walk you guys through them as well as go through the backpack. So first things first, this retails for about $89 from Bass Pro. Looking at it, it looks kind of nice. It's nice. It's got some good padding here, but we'll start from top to bottom. First, I want to talk about the quality of the material. So if you take a look, it feels kind of canvasy. I don't think this is going to hold up well in the rain, nor do I think it's going to hold up long term. I do know back down here, I want to say, there it is. So down here, there is a rain flap, and you can put this over the backpack. This zipper's pretty nice too. Alright, so starting back here, we can see that there's a big logo back here right in the middle. And this is actually right over a pouch that you can take a look in here. Not a lot you can fit in here. I keep a utility knife. There's actually an old piece of bait in there. And then my scale. This is just very easy to access to, and you don't need to mess with the zippers. And the zippers are actually one issue I do have. That other one worked well, but this zipper down here takes some work. It's okay when it's up here. Can move that pretty easily, but when it's down here, it's a little bit hard to kind of fidget around, and you can see I need to really pull on it. Now this compartment back here, it has another opening here, and I keep my leaders in here. It does come with this, in case you want to put your phone in here. I don't use this, but I do like putting the leader material in here. You can see up here, a little bit above that, you have the sunglasses case. I do, in fact, use this, and it's okay. It's nice and firm. It'll protect it, but nothing from anything serious. And the back is not padded. Now over here, you have another compartment. Very, very small, but this part is waterproof, and this might be somewhat waterproof. I don't think it's really going to hold against anything, but I actually tend to keep some fly stuff in there. Tenkara, actually. Going back over here, you got this nice rubber mesh pocket here. I like this. You can throw lures that you want to dry in here. Nothing treble hooked. I think it'll go straight through the canvas material. Another compartment here. This is a nice one. This is I use this for bigger baits that don't fit anywhere else. And in case you guys use anything for anything like your keys, this does come with one of the little clips, the carabiners. Now, the most important part is this part. It's got a zipper that goes around from here all the way around. Opening this up here, this is how you get into, again, not 100% grade zipper. You get into this main part here. There is a part up here you can disconnect to have the whole bag, but here is where you keep your 3600 boxes. I have two in here, two Plano Edge 3600s, and a 3500 I use for spinnerbaits. You can fit up to 4. I'm sure it'll fit well. Something I do want to mention is that the bag actually, it actually holds. I know there are a lot of complaints with the other bags that they'll fall apart. Just roll over. It's strong enough that it'll hold it, which is actually a pro, which is kind of weird to say. It's not something that most people think about. But yeah, that fits well. Something I do want to mention is if you don't have something in this back compartment, and we'll get there, that stuff tends to fall through and it gets a little lumpy. Now coming over onto the side, here's a plier holder, works well, another rubber mesh pocket. This is actually a rod pocket too, and I'll show you guys how that works. You have a clip here, either for compression or holding a rod in, and then you have another slot here. I'm not really confident what you would use this for. Maybe a net. I know I've used this, a little container. I've put like a Tenkara rod slot in here, and let me show you that. So here you go. I'm taking this, I slide this in here, zip this up, and then I'll clip over. And I do think that holds that pretty nicely. But, it's just more to carry. Now, other side, same exact thing, except I use a pair of scissors down here. Again, another compression right here. I'll open this up a little bit. Now, We'll unclip these, and I'll show you the inside. So you can actually see I unclipped it all the way, so you can see down here, you can see where the bags are, but most of the time you're not going to be opening it completely. Most of the time it'll be like this. See here, I have a little bait bag here. Oop, we'll put it way too high. Bait bag here. Then in here I also have a box. I don't know how well you can see down here, so I pull this out. This is my 3700 terminal tackle box. That fits really nicely down there. And here's the whole compartment. You can see you got a little bit of room, and then there's also this here, this little flap here, and it actually, there's a clip thing here, and you can use this for a water bladder. And I've used it before, it works well. But yeah, it's a nice little bag. That works pretty well. Again, if this isn't filled, those boxes down there will flop all over the place, and they're a little hard to get back in. So I do recommend using a 3700 box in here, or at the minimum, maybe put a water bladder or something down there to keep it full. In terms of storage space, this is about the extent of the space I have, a little bit more left. I use it for a water bottle. Closing this back up here. Clip this closed. That other side too. Let's flip it around. So, a little bit about this. They're okay. The packs, the little straps here aren't stellar. They're not going to last you a long time. I think it's going to tear here most likely. And they get a little sore over time. You can make these pretty heavy pretty quickly. The back padding's okay as well. It's all right there. It's got these two little things here. You can either put an attachment on. I put part of my water bladder attachment there. Then on the front you do have a strap. And you can remove this. I will say this is not big enough for most people. It's not very comfortable. It doesn't clip very well. This is a very, very cheap quality clip. Regards to down here, you have a waist clip. Not super quality. Again, this clip's a little better. It fits most people. It does help a little bit with the weight, but again, it's not great. Final comments to make here. Taking a look, you do have an opening here for the water bladder tube to come through. And final thing I want to mention here is that a lot of fishing backpacks actually tend to have some kind of TPU rubbery material so that it's waterproof. This does not have it. This is canvas. It's going to get muddy. Not only is it going to get muddy, I think it's also another potential rip point. But, you know, it does work well for what it is. Final thing I want to show you guys is how it takes a fishing rod. You can take a look here, clip that open again. Just for an example, you push this in here. Usually you have to open this all the way. I'm going to open it here, come around. Might even need a little bit more open here. Now I'll sometimes go under the line, but this usually works. So here you go. And that'll hold it in place, and it'll bounce a little bit, but honestly the problem I find with it is at that height, it will hit things above you. It'll easily hit trees, it'll easily hit any kind of bridges if you go under any of those, stuff like that. But, you know, in terms of, is this worth it? It's a good backpack. If you don't pack it too heavy, I'm sure it's really, really good. For my uses, I try not to pack too heavy. Two 3600 boxes and a 3700 box isn't too heavy, but there is tungsten tackle in there. I can walk pretty comfortably with this for 1 to 3 hours, but depending on if I go too overboard, especially at the water, it can be pretty uncomfortable. As with previous review videos, if you have any questions, please leave them below. I'll be happy to answer them. Take care, guys.